top-ranked Canadian athletes. So Bella Vista, a lot of good talent. Nicholas Alame, number 0. You look at him, you wouldn't realize he could probably hit his head on the rim every time he dunks it. But Aspire, one of the scrappiest rebounding teams I've seen this season. They hit the offensive glass like no other team. So it should be an awesome matchup as we tip here, and Aspire will start with the ball. So Newton with the ball, shoots it, no good, and rebounded Rick Zanza. Terry Armstrong with it. Terry committed to Arizona University. Arizona's got a solid draft class coming in. Or not draft class, sorry.
Actually,
class.
it is a draft class.
It pretty much is. Him and Nico and Josh Green, 4 or 5 guys now, I think, overall. As Addison from deep. Rebound, Sekou Sadakale. Handoff to Harvey. Kick out, Newton, 3-ball, no good. And that's what they do, hit the offensive glass. So that'll be Obi Prosper at the line, shooting 2.
Big rebound right there by Obi. Flying in from the weak side.
So you'll be saying that quite a bit here in this one. So good on the first as Aspire first to put points on the board. No good on the second, and it's Terry Armstrong coming away with the rebound. So I believe Bella Vista, the first high school team to be sponsored by Puma.
Good looking equipment they provided them with. I think the uniforms, you know, have a good look to them. I like the stripe down the side.
I like bright shoes, so I'm okay with that bright orange and yellow.
I agree with you.
So ball stays with Aspire as Newton to inbound the ball. They call him Figgy Newton. Wide open pass inside to Harvey. And it looks like Jimmy Bell will be coming into the game. Jimmy Bell, a total transformation from last season. Really cut weight and got into great shape. As Alame for 3, no good. Newton on the rebound. Fast break, they have a nice cut. Harvey, another basket. And of course, we're gonna get a timeout from Bella Vista after the 5-0 run from Aspire. That's a 30-second timeout. And looking at the scoreboard, Harvey has 4 of the 5.
Well, you can't argue the fact that Aspire came out to play.
Yeah, they did that. Aspire, our runner-up at the Grind Session National Championship last year. Of course, runner-up to Victory Rock, a hard-fought game led by Charles Bassey, who's now at Western Kentucky having a solid season.
You know, having a great year at Western Kentucky. Great young man, too. I had the privilege of coaching him when he was at St. Anthony. Just a phenomenal young man and all the talent in the world to go with that. So can't ask any more of a kid.
Great situation with a solid coach that definitely going to make him better. So we're after the timeout now. Alame has the ball for Bella Vista. Over to Sertovic. Inside, Jimmy Bell. Definite size mismatch. Lost the ball on the shot. Up to Harvey. Had Obi. And it's going to be off the foot of Armstrong. So I have no doubt we're going to see some highlights this game. I'm just waiting for the first one.
I'll tell you what, Aspire does a good job of filling lanes and running the floor. There almost was one right there. Right call.
And double dribble.
It's a right call.
No doubt there. If Armstrong gets that steal, this crowd is on their feet. I think last year at this Mustang Madness event, he had almost 10 alley-oop dunks off the pass of Julian Dozier, who played for him last year. So not the best shot. He does make them often, but not the best. Addison Patterson can't make it. Backwards defense there.
You know, I'm looking to see what Bella Vista his identification is on the offensive end. I really haven't been able to tell quite yet what they're looking to do on trips.
It's been pretty individual based as a wide open backdoor pass to Obi. So Armstrong has it. He'll drive. Kick out to Patterson. Alami, another drive and kick. Armstrong gets the contact. So better movement that time. The lead for that drive. Getting fouled was pretty much his only option there. It was going to be a heavily contested shot. Terry Armstrong shooting 2. And a chance for Bella Vista to get on the board.
You know, judging by Coach Kipnis's movement of them on the sideline and his energy, I don't know if he quite needs that old monster drink over here.
That could be the fuel. So only one of the 2 to go for Terry.
Bella Vista goes zone.
Harvey to Tony. And the pass stolen by Jimmy Bell. Outnumbered, bullet pass. Sertovich, a lockdown 3-point shooter, as he pulls the arrow back to remind you.
You know, everybody who makes one has to remind you it went in.
We'll be seeing a lot of it. I think he just let us know it going in. He didn't tell us how many it was. Tony is another one of those shooters. He can do the same thing on the Aspire side. It's the big man, Obi, doing it for Aspire. Saying I can do it too. As he and Sertovich there had a little lock up. Alami now, pass to Patterson. Good take for Patterson, rims out. Obi Prosper on the rebound, fast break. TJ, good looking pass to Obi Prosper.
I'm really impressed with Aspire's ability to run the floor. Well, he's taken some tough ones to this point. 2 tough ones.
And if I hadn't seen what he's capable of, I might say something different, but those are shots he can make. Corner 3 ball, Obi, no good this time. Patterson with it. I will tell you, I love fast pace of play like this. As soon as I say it, they slow down. So we'll have a substitution at the next dead ball for both teams. Pass inside to Bell, punched out of bounds. So Talbot and Tishminga coming in for Bella Vista, along with Jaden Outen for Aspire. So it's Aspire, a different looking team than what we saw a few weeks ago. Last time I saw them, they played 6 players and had about 7, maybe 8 overall. So definitely gotten deeper on the bench, able to give some guys a break now that they weren't before.
Well, Santa Claus. Santa Claus delivered.
That could be what it was. Iman, 2 for 2 from the field with a triple and a double.
Really comfortable move right there. Called it, forced a closeout, 2 dribble pull up.
You know, we had a 3-point contest last year during halftime. Iman versus his coach, Weaver, and Iman just barely beat him out there, getting the 3 to fall before his coach. As another offensive board, couldn't get it to go, and a big rebound by Tishminga. So allow me back up to Iman. Brandon Talbot's pass inside before Tishminga moved. And a foul against Emmanuel. So that'll be Ahmad Harvey at the line to shoot.
You know, once again, Aspire does a really good job of filling lanes, getting out in transition and running. But you know what? I'm going to say, sitting here watching this game, I really feel that Aspire's been in total control. The total control. Like, I haven't looked at Bella Vista and said they've gotten any kind of rhythm. In my opinion, they've taken a couple tough shots. and they turned it over trying to throw it to the post, and it's a 6-point ball game with the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Aspire had a game plan, and they're executing it to a T right now.
I think it tells you how talented Bella Vista is.
It's no good for Iman that time. Obi, another rebound. Right at the rim, rolls it in.
Can't teach athleticism.
Cannot.
Great move.
Terry Armstrong with it now. Has a screen.
Looks like they're going to under ball screens right now. Let's see if they do here.
Rims out. These are shots that usually fall for him. As you can see how the roll, it almost goes in. Tony, no good. And that'll be a foul on Harvey. Headed the other way. Spire okay with that foul, as long as they're attacking the basket.
They're flying around.
And now we'll get a timeout from Aspire. That'll be their first. And it will be a 30-second timeout. So 14-6, Aspire on top of Bella Vista with 9:22 to go here in the first half. As you just recently mentioned, Aspire definitely doing what they set out to do, as Bella Vista is still trying to figure out a rhythm.
Well, you think that I agree exactly with what you said. Aspire came out, looked like they've executed their game plan to a T early on, made Bella Vista take tough shots, stuff like that, and then in exchange, Bella Vista's looked uncomfortable on the offensive end, turned it over. I mean, if not for Iman Sertovic, you know, what kind of game would this be early on here? He's got 5 points.
So only 8 points on the differential, nothing too much. You still got, obviously, 25 minutes of play left. So Alame with the drive. Lost it, and Tony comes away with the ball. And they get up the court. Good pressure here by Bella Vista. And Tony for three, no good.
Didn't really like that trip by Aspire, nor did I think Coach Kipnis did. Never got comfortable.
So Terry with the pass back to Patterson. Handoff to him. Euro off the glass. No good. So nothing falling for Bella Vista so far. As Harvey goes right at Armstrong, and it is a travel. That's the right call.
I agree with that call. You know, I almost liked him kind of hesitating there. You had Prosper cutting through to the corner. Could have been one right there that you got Prosper a three in transition on. I think a three in transition is a dagger a lot of times.
100%. As Iman drives. Nice pass to Tishmanga, and he slams it for two. Lead down to 6. Spin move by Obi.
Good pass right there.
They reset back up top with Terry. So Terry in the corner now up to Addison. Over to Iman. Wide open three. Can't get it to fall. Tony with the rebound. Met by pressure, and he'll back off.
Coach Kipnis thought about a timeout right there. You know, I think at the high school level, the two bigs for Bella Vista are hard to guard.
And they're definitely tall and wide. As Obi for three. So Patterson, no good. Yeah, if I'm Coach Weaver, for as many shots as we've missed, to only be down 11, let's make that 14. I changed what I'm about to say. Before, I was okay with it. Now, you got to get some stuff to start falling. As Weaver calls a full timeout now. So with full timeouts, we take a break. Aspire on top, 22-8.
This is the grind session. And that moment is now. This is the grind session.
Coming out of a timeout, Bella Vista down 14. Prosper been a one-man show on the offensive end the last 3 trips.
He has 16 of their 22. He's going for that MVP at this point. Nice work by Bell for 2. And they get to double digits on the board, down 12. So pass to Harvey. Looking inside to Prosper, over Bell, gets it to go. Not much you can do on that.
Talk about feeling it coming out of the locker room.
My goodness. So they go back to him and one, Jimmy Bell.
So they're getting into that look off of a ball screen. So if you're going to go over the top and you're going to zone it up, you've got to dig from the weak side.
And gets the roll with those friendly Kentucky rims.
Well, they are friendly. I've learned a lot about the reason you guys produce shooters in this state, even though I think they come out of the womb with a follow-through.
That is the rumor.
Oh, it's not a rumor. I've seen it.
So Harvey on the wing, and they keep running that same play that has Prosper come from the baseline and pull up. Spin move, drives. Could have had a layup there. And it's Armstrong up quick the other way off the rebound. Attacks the basket off the glass, and it goes for 2. Terry Armstrong.
Now, let me ask you this. If you're Coach Kipnis, do you want a timeout? The game's at 9, or are you happy with the pace because you want it fast because Bella Vista is bigger?
You know, after that little play right there, that spin move that they got bailed out that was tipped, I might just say, hey, guys, let's reset. Come on now, get back in our game. But I don't know if he's going to now. As Armstrong with the block. And a turnover. 4 on 3. And a bucket. Armstrong. So that's why I didn't doubt the shots earlier, because I know he's capable of things like that. Because if he's shooting those shots, you can't guard it.
I couldn't sleep at night.
So Newton inside, the pass to Harvey up top. Handoff. And they keep moving here as now Obi Prosper has it. And blocked, 2 blocks in a row. Pass up to Talbot. And Talbot going to lay it in for 2.
Coach Kipnis.
Here comes the timeout now as the lead cut to 5.
You know, that's why Coach Weaver's a little better coach than I am, because I couldn't sleep at night knowing one of mine was taking those shots. A running one-footer fadeaway.
When you had numbers.
And when you had numbers and you're over here supporting it. I didn't think you guys supported bad shots in Kentucky.
Well, I don't know. I've seen a few of them.
Let's talk about that football team.
We can go
Let's
back to it.
Let's talk about that football team.
My goodness.
Unbelievable.
Third time in school history, 10-win team.
Boy, I'm telling you what, you got to be really impressed with the job Coach Stoops has done there in Kentucky, and
he has been.
I'm glad to see the SEC doing well.
You know, they're definitely doing great. It was Snell, of course, entering the draft. Him and Josh Allen both. Josh, a force on defense.
Just hope Alabama beats Clemson Monday night.
I'm mixed on it. Plenty of UK basketball fans and Alabama football fans. I don't support it.
Anxious to see what Coach Kipnis comes out of a timeout here. Try to get something, stop this run a little bit.
So Tony with it, guarded by Talbot, has Prosper cutting. In no rush, but there's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Drive, step back. Shot. Obi off the, no good.
Got to figure out a way to get Prosper a breather.
There he is again. Those running shots are what he's known for. And it's a one-possession ball
that
game.
guy's better than most people off one leg. Really, really talented.
He's almost as good as me with the shot there. It's Tony now, again guarded by Talbot. Over to Harvey. Pass inside to Calais. Heavily contested shot. Fighting for the rebound. Who's the foul going to be on here? Foul is on Jimmy Bell. I don't know if they can say he was shooting. I thought they were just jumping for the ball. And I think that's what Weaver's arguing right now. So Weaver and Odie Cole, the ref, back and forth on was he shooting or not.
Well, a tip is considered a shot, but I think the referee owes him an explanation.
Sure.
Not just wave him off.
Right.
You know, he wasn't belligerent. He wasn't that mad. I mean,
stand by your call.
Absolutely.
So Garbraw,
nice the right
shifty
call.
Attempt, and definitely going to get a foul after what went down on the other end. As Aspire, I'll have a substitution coming in here after the first attempt. So Junior Garbraw, first of 2. Gets it to go. Lead cut to 4.
You know, I could be wrong on this, but you just get the feeling it's just a matter of time before Bella Vista gets going. You just feel they're the better basketball team, and they, you know, Aspire did a great job, but when Aspire built a lead, they really looked discombobulated in the half court. Like once Prosper quit getting easy shots, then it got kind of hard, and there really wasn't a go-to identity for them.
And what Bella Vista does well are things you can't guard. You can't guard those running shots.
Well, also Bella Vista was able to finally get one of the big guys ducked in down low for a couple of easy ones.
And once number 11 there, Patterson gets going, that's when they can really take over a game.
Now right here, good move.
So Coach Kipnis wanting the goaltend there. Pass to Bell, has a size mismatch.
Going to get an offensive call there.
So the benefits of being the weaker player there led into the charge.
Now I do know they changed the rule. It used to be an automatic technical or whatever. My question though is that the backboard's moving and it does cause it to rim out. Is that goaltending?
It should be. If that was the case, they should smack the. If it's not, smack the backboard.
Smack it every time. I'd put somebody in just stand there and do taps.
Right. The whole possession.
Do backboard taps.
So Newton right at him. He got contact there as well.
Contact there.
As Azanza with the rebound. Now Nick Alame past to Armstrong. Corner Patterson. And they set back up as Rick was doing work down low. His coming up left a wide open lane. Smart of Patterson there to call for the screen, knowing that defender would come up with him. So 1 point now. Differential. Aspire still on top. Just over 2 minutes. And no good on the three.
Oh,
nice hustle.
Great tip.
And good layup by Brandon Talbot on the fast break. And I believe for the first time, Bella Vista with the lead.
So think about it this way, though, too. In the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes, it's a 15-point run.
As Aspire gets 2 there. Yeah, I believe they had 22 points when Bella Vista was still at 2 or 4 points.
Well, it was 22-8 at 1 point.
So a huge run. So quick pass up to Harvey. Fakes the 3, drives right at Azanza. No good. Rebounded by Alame. Other way, Addison with the ball.
I think in that situation, you got to use your athleticism a little bit. Good move there.
Patterson for 2 on the layup. So back switching leads here. And we're under a minute and a half. Newton with it. Has a screen. Floater. And beautiful shot.
You know, one thing I've noticed, and I guess in all 3 games, is I haven't seen teams do a great job of guarding ball screens consistently. Good pass.
And the slam on top of Obi.
Oh, and
thought he might get a technical there on that point. So no good on the 3. Crowd split between thinking it was awesome and it was a technical, as Obi for 2. I know it's a technical, but the basketball fan in me loves seeing that to an extent.
Well,
it's not in high school as much.
Here's my whole thing. I disagree with Coach Kipnis. These are high-level kids, high-level players, good basketball game. It's not like there hadn't been trash talk during the game itself, right? So why put that into a referee's hands? Just play.
I agree. And Patterson there as Terry knocks it out. So normally with the stare down, I'm okay with the stare down if there's no words. Pointing, maybe a little different, but a stare down, hey, you should have stopped me if you don't want me to stare at you.
My point is, though, it has no bearing on the game.
Right.
So why call it? It's not like he taught him French. It's not like he did anything like that. You know, guy got dunked on. It's part of it.
There's no call there. A block by Jerron Artest.
Coach Kipnis, he's about to.
Waiting to talk about it. And he chose the wrong ref to talk about it because Odie Cole does not take it from anybody.
Maybe he just needs to just keep going. Keep picking them.
So far, that's what we're doing. So at the end of the half.
Uh-oh, his assistant. Everybody's wanting to talk.
So 33-32, Bella Vista on top of Aspire off of what we thought was going to be a big Aspire lead going into half. So 10 minutes on the clock. We'll take a break and come to you for the second half of action.
This is the grind session. and that moment is now. This is the grind session.
So we're just underway for the second half. And as we signed off here for the halftime break, there were some words being exchanged outside the Bella Vista tunnel as the two teams continued the chipping, because it did get heated there in the end.
I really think Bella Vista was just asking Aspire where their Christmas cards were. Didn't get them this year.
They take it personally. Christmas is very
Absolutely.
serious to them.
You got to send us a Christmas card, dang it.
So Bella Vista starts with possession. They have the 1-point lead, and we'll see if they carry that momentum here into the second half. As Terry, good idea, and Patterson there waiting.
So Bella Vista likes the high post handoff with an action on the weak side to help eliminate help side.
So
really concerned about Aspire in the half court.
I know on last year's team when they had Bassie, Kipnis flat out told me they didn't run offenses. They let things kind of unfold. They prepared on defense. You know, you don't see too many play calls or anything going on right now. It's kind of just freelance.
Well, and that gets hard when momentum breaks down and you lose a little bit of your rhythm.
And if you don't have just a solid, true point guard that can make things work.
Well, and you know, they don't really have that dude that's 6'4" that can just go get his whenever.
Right.
Now, a lot of people don't. But, you know, the Josh Jacksons of the world, those guys could just go get theirs.
It's like what Bella Vista has with Terry. He's bigger than 6'4", but he's a guy that.
Is that one leg? Is that the old one leg?
The one leg. That's
one
him.
leg.
If he needs to do something, he can get it done.
His nickname ought to be the Pirate. Does so much good stuff. I know he's talented, really talented.
Good on the first. Still waiting for the highlights from him.
Hey, he is wearing Pittsburgh socks. Are those Pittsburgh socks? Those socks are Pittsburgh socks, I think. Pirates. Try to tell you, the Pirates. Does a lot off one leg. Pirates. Those are Pittsburgh socks.
That is true. So he is from Michigan, so I'm not sure the Pittsburgh. And a wide pass to the left, out of bounds. So Aspire seems to be getting in their own heads a little bit now that they trail.
They got to get out of their way.
So Addie Patterson now. Pass tipped on its way to Iman. Nice take to the goal. Can't get it to fall. Hustles for his own rebound, and the shot clock resets. So ball lost, and it's Ahmad Harvey. Pass tipped. Somehow Obi gets it, takes it, and foul.
Switched over to his left hand. Good move. Everything right now is hard for Aspire. On the offensive end, everything's hard for Aspire.
So Obi good on the first. So good on the second. So Patterson now on the wing. Up top to Iman. He shoots. Bucket.
America's play, and he pulled the arrow.
So there goes that reminder. Pass tip by Talbot. Newton keeps it.
Good pass.
Harvey wide right.
Played for the Buffalo Bills. Wide right, Scott Norwood. Could be a Florida State kicker. Missed a few wide right, didn't he, against Florida?
And one for Patterson. Fouled by Jake Morris. The lead grows to 8 now. Bella Vista keeping that momentum.
Aspire just has a hard time scoring it in the half court.
Say most of their
young man did not get to the X to check in.
And we're going to get a foul called underneath. As that foul is on Rick Izanza. And Seko Sadakal at the line shooting. We do have a substitution coming in for Aspire. As they'll give Jake Morris a break, and Eduardo Ramirez comes in. So Eduardo was a big part of their rotation when they had 6 or 7 guys. This is the first time we're seeing them tonight. No good on the second. Harvey fights for that rebound. Ball on the floor, and they'll call a jump ball. That'll stay here.
Well, you really get nervous as chippy as it's been coming out of that situation there.
Yeah, those are definitely where some dirty plays can happen. As the shot short, but the putback is good for Harvey. Patterson with the ball. Guarded by Harvey.
Great read right there. Great read.
And nothing but net for the Arrow. Harvey on the drive. Kicks it out. Ramirez thought about it. Passes to Newton.
Offensively, it's hard right here. It's hard.
The pass inside. Sekou bounces to Harvey. Nice little move, and he gets fouled. So it'll be Harvey shooting. Obi Prosper, the point leader in the game with 22. Most of that coming in the first part of the first half.
And he really came out feeling good. Came out of the locker room shooting it well.
So the ref's giving him a warning for talking there, and it's like it's still going on. So Izanza comes out, Jimmy Bell back in.
You know, I've been really impressed with these young coaches' generation, which is probably my generation, the quality of belts they wear. Coach Kipnis out here in a Gucci. I mean, are they sponsored by belt companies nowadays? Whatever happened to the days of wearing nice shoes?
It goes back to that Deion Sanders quote, right?
Yep. I want someone to coach in cowboy boots.
I'm sure it's out there.
If I ever get another job, I'm wearing Red Wings.
Well, you're in the right state for it.
I'd be beloved in the state of Kentucky. Red Wings and blue jeans, and over there with a Kentucky tie.
Maybe Calipari come out one day in his cowboy boots. So Newton to Prosper up top, guarded by Patterson. Shoots, no good. Armstrong on the rebound. Terry up quick. Pass to Bell, tipped. Patterson gets it. Corner, Iman. Some good movement here. And Talbot loses it on the drive. A few opportunities, I think they should have just shot it.
But I will say well earned by Bella Vista there because they really put Aspire in a lot of tough closeout situations. They deserve to get something out of this trip. Now with Tishmanga checking in, I'm really curious to see if Bella Vista goes to that pound here. Remember we talked about last game, up 8. You got a big guy. Orangeville didn't do it with Jones.
Right.
Curious to see if Bella Vista does it with their big guy.
And isn't that scary? They have 3 solid bigs. They can
there
keep
go,
rotating
right
to stay fresh. Now
That's
he lost
right.
the handle.
You still got to throw it down there. Throw it up. Good move in the open floor.
So Patterson, the smart move to not get the foul, just give him the bucket. But at the same time, I guess they got 4 fouls here.
But watch what they're doing on the ball screen when 25's in it. Watch how far off they're playing. Bella Vista can take advantage of that. Good hustle.
So by scooting back, he allows more space for Terry to get in.
So you got to think the point guard should be able to come off that and get deep because watch Aspire. Let's see if he comes and gets him on a ball screen.
So as he sets it up again.
Good move. Got to kick it.
And another layup that cut into the lead, now at 4. This is where I look for Terry to do something. Usually when things start getting out of hand, Armstrong takes it into his own hands.
My point is, good move. Oh,
and blocked on the backboard, but Tish Manga draws the foul. And you see Patterson right there saying, dunk it in.
Yep.
So Tish Manga shooting 2. Short on the first one.
You know, back in Memphis where I'm from, you know what they used to say? BDL, ball don't lie. That ball didn't lie there. I'd remember that, foul him every time he touched it. Hack-a-shack.
That's right.
Once again, the struggle right here offensively.
So high shot there for Obi, who has gotten cold here in the second half.
He hadn't been able to get wide open shots. First half transition got him wide open shots. Now they've had to execute in the half court a little bit. Hadn't been able to get them. Good defense right there.
So Tish Manga keeps losing the ball in the paint. As
oh.
So you're going to say the foul is on Prosper after the hard fall. So a lot went on. I didn't really see what happened. All I know is it's Bella Vista ball. Patterson has the screen, kicks to Amon. He had that extra little screen. Yep. I like that. Just didn't get separation. So no good on the shot. Newton has it. Aspire really wanted a call of any sort right there.
They were begging for whatever. We had a smorgasbord. Pick one, walk, travel, 3 seconds. They were like, just pick a basketball rule and please blow the whistle.
You've got options.
Yeah. They'd be happy with any of them.
So they get the foul here on Talbot. Looks like that might have been one. We'll give you something here. But there was contact. As Patterson going to get a break. It's Junior Galbraith. Oh, Sekou had a wide open shot. And a foul going to go against Newton.
You got to be a little concerned about the foul count right now. 6-5, 9:40 to play.
Could be a long one.
We could turn this into the old Elks free throw contest.
So Terry Armstrong with the ball. Right at 15 on the shot clock.
I don't know why he don't shoot it.
Talbot will, and it goes. Brandon Talbot for 3. Weaver going to call a quick timeout here as they lead 49-42 with 9:18 to go. Like that is a 30-second timeout. So Bella Vista staying on top, but they're not doing anything to really stretch that lead out.
Well, they've tried. They've tried to throw it inside, and, you know, they've turned it over 2 or 3 times down there with tip-offs and everything else. I still think the difference in the ball game, in my opinion, is Aspire's inability to look comfortable in the half court versus Bella Vista's identity offensively. Now, so we've got Aspire ball down 7, 9 minutes to play. I think the next 2.5 minutes are very key for Aspire. They really need this thing when the clock gets to 6. I think they really need to be 5 or less.
There's one thing I know, anytime you give me a number like that, it's always the case. So we're going to pay attention hard here over these next few minutes.
I think it's got to be 5 or less to give them a chance. Right there, Miss Prosper coming off the double stagger over there.
They get him now in the corner. And swatted out of bounds, Rick Azanza.
I didn't know Bella Vista played volleyball.
Well, now you know.
Learn something new every day.
Inside to Seku, floater, air ball.
Shot clock violation coming up. It's a right call. Coach Kipnis isn't going to like it. It's a right call.
It was an air ball.
Coach Kipnis isn't going to like it. It's a right call.
Yeah, the shot I saw did not hit the rim.
No.
I'd say that a solid 2 or 3 inches short of that rim.
Yeah. You know, they've went to the similar formation here the last 2 or 3 trips where they flared a great pass. Give me
what
that.
a block.
What a block.
What is he, 7'3"?
Something like that. Now,
oh my
blocking on one
goodness.
end, dunking on the other. Great hustle.
There goes
Great
that
hustle.
man.
Great play on both ends of the floor there.
So he's listed at 7'1", Rick Azanza.
But here we go. We're talking about, again, Aspire's inability to execute and get great looks in the half court.
So he gets the rebound, but Ramirez stepped out of bounds. As Jerron Artest going to come in the game, son of Meta World Peace, along with Addie Patterson back in the game. So Artest, a very solid three-point shooter. Only played, I think, the final minute of the first half, but he is pretty new to the team. And they're going to give Terry Armstrong a break here. So we'll see what they do. So Junior was
just diving right there. Great execution. Got to finish. Great execution there. They flared the guard. That time they went duck in. Great execution there. Now you got to use your athleticism.
So Harvey goes inside. Mismatch. And they're going to call 3 seconds in the lane. So he looked up and saw the skyscrapers all around him and couldn't get it out. And with that, Kipnis is going to call a full timeout. Aspire trails 42-51 with 7:16 to go in the game. So we come back to you after the Aspire full timeout. They trail by 9. And Armstrong going to stay on the bench to get a breather as it's Junior Garbraw, Jerron Artest, Addison Patterson, Jimmy Bell, and Brandon Talbot. So smaller lineup outside of Bell there on the inside. Good pass by the big man. Patterson couldn't get it. And fast break here. Harvey.
Good move.
Off the glass and good.
I think this is Aspire's best chance, is to make the game fast and a little chaotic.
And as you see, as soon as you say that, Armstrong walking back over here. So Jimmy. Still, that's what you want for him. And I don't think he was fully in the paint there. So the foul on number 2, Newton. Jimmy Bell will shoot 2.
That's a big guy to have to guard consistently.
So Bell good on the first. You know, one thing I'd never want to do is be a ref.
No.
Nobody likes you.
Nobody likes you. It's like being a Tennessee fan in Kentucky. I'm sorry, Jesse. Did you say you were a Tennessee fan? I'm sorry.
And a Duke fan.
And a Duke fan. I'm surprised they still give you residency here. Prosper. You know, that no call doesn't bother me.
Because he was
He
didn't have control.
Created it.
So Aspire going to apply pressure here. As it's Garbraw with it. We mentioned Armstrong's back in the game. And they call 10 seconds, and you see it right there on the shot clock. 11 seconds had expired.
I mean, my question is, as a point guard, how do you look over the coach and see the clock at 19 and question the call?
100%.
I'm starting to really question the academics in that situation at Bella Vista. 30 minus 19 is 11.
And usually a ref counts quicker than the clock.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be a, what is it, ESPN, a come on, man?
And the not top 10.
Yeah. If you get a 10-second call and you're the point guard and you're one-on-one, that's no urgency at all.
And Shackton the Fool, I think, is. The screen there by Sekou.
15 on the clock. That's a good look right there. The problem is, I think it's a good look. I don't know if the guy shooting it is in that spot for a reason. It's going to be 1-1 here.
So the foul is on Jerron Artest.
So for the game, Bella Vista shot at 47%, 48%. Aspire has shot at 35%.
And that's definitely most of those misses coming after the first 8 minutes of the game. What a shot by Terry Armstrong.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Only he was two-legged that time.
He was two-legged. I like him. Good player.
Chose the wrong Wildcats, but that's all right. As Patterson brings it up here over to Garbraw. Stopped by Newton. Has a screen from Bell. Spin move, and they're going to call a charge there.
It's 11 with 5 minutes to play. Remember I told you at halftime. Offensive execution in the half court is Aspire.
So Newton, the pass over to Obi Prosper. Good defense there by Artest on Tony.
Absolutely. Great defense.
Not a smart shot there for Prosper. Good hustle by Bell to get the board. has the screen coming from
right
Bell.
here. See how deep 13 is on the ball screen there whenever they bring a big? The problem is the guard for Bella Vista can get so far downhill it makes it hard. I still think Aspire's got to make the game a little chaotic here.
So Armstrong guarded by Obi Prosper. 15 on the shot clock. Spin by Armstrong. Floater no good. Tipped right into the hands of Garbraugh. Kicks it to Armstrong. So Obi had his hands on his face there. A lot of good cuts for Bella Vista. Bell didn't see him. As Newton will see what he does here. Even numbers.
Big three if it goes.
And that's one he usually makes. That's another offensive rebound for him. Prosper, there he goes.
I think you got to stay I think you got to make the game chaotic. You don't want this to be an execution game. I think Bella Vista's a little tired.
Yeah, they exerted a lot of effort there at the end of the first.
Right here.
And so far in the second.
Nothing on ball screen. Nothing on ball screen.
It's a wide open three. And we're going to get a – sorry, I thought –
I think he wants it if they score.
Gotcha.
If they score, I think he wants it.
So Harvey gets it to roll.
Nope.
Called it off.
I think you got to come trap it.
So Terry, they're just taking their time here. They've got the 8-point lead, 2.5 to go. Pass inside to Bell.
Great
Artest. No good. That's his first
Gotta
attempt
get
that
running.
I've seen.
1-1.
So Garbraugh with the foul. And as you mentioned, the 1-1. A lot of substitutions here. Azanza back in, Talbot back in, Amon back in.
I think fatigue set in a little bit.
Well, Rick is definitely the big they need in. He was doing it on both ends of the court. Talbot's giving him some good hustle. And, of course, Amon, lights out shooter. So I like the move. They got to keep Terry and Addy back in. Distracted by that water display in front of us. So was that a timeout because of the water break?
No, I think he told the official before then.
Gotcha. So 58-52. Bella Vista still on top, but the lead is thinning out with 2:25 to go. Full timeout. We'll take a break. So we're back after the Aspire timeout. They trail by 6, 2.5 to go, and it's Bella Vista ball. So they've got their big back end. Rick as Terry has the floater, and the Kentucky roll goes.
Kentucky roll off one leg.
So Newton picks up his dribble off to Obi, and he'll set up top. With the spin.
What an acrobatic play.
And it did not want to go as Harvey gets that one. Kind of feel bad the one for Obi didn't go because that was a nice move.
Oh, could have been offensive there.
Yeah, the elbow was right in his face. And boom, Ricazanza.
Big rebound.
Not
Big
much you
rebound.
can do about that.
No.
Nice defense for Patterson, pulling that ball away. So Newton to inbound it for Aspire.
One timeout left for Aspire. If you score here, the question becomes, do you take it or do you use your fouls? I think you got to start fouling. Bella Vista 75% from the line.
There's only one guy I'd want to foul on that team that's on the court right now.
Right. Good pass.
Great take for Newton, too. Highly outsized there.
See, I don't like playing them straight man here. I don't think you're making them do anything uncomfortable. I think you.
Trying to see what's the
timeout
called.
Yep. Coach Weaver took a timeout.
At first, I thought that was a foul, and I was like, come on. So we'll see here. It is a full timeout. So 51.1 to go. 6-point lead, 62-56 for Bella Vista over Aspire Academy.
This is the grind session. And that moment is now. This is the grind session.
Hey, who's MVP?
Huh?
Who's MVP?
Ask him.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I think the white guy, the three, the shooter is personally. Do you disagree with that? Okay. Go.
It's whoever has the best stat line. Terry on the inbounds, finds Patterson, has the screen. Kick out to Talbot.
I don't think you foul now.
That would have been a dagger right there.
It's a big trip here. You got one timeout if you're Aspire. You got one timeout. 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 They decides not to use it, and they're not going to foul. Got the foul.
Smart time because they were about to get an easy two there. So the foul went against Harvey. His second, not that it really matters at this point. Nobody's in foul trouble as an individual. Garbraw is going to come in for Talbot. Obviously a defensive decision.
So you got to get to the rim. Then you got to take a timeout. The ball has to be at the rim or it has to be first wide open three.
So a 4-point game, 2 possession, regardless of what happens here.
That's right. But right now, if you're Coach Kipnis, you're saying to the rim or wide open three. But it has to be off a pass.
And I think I only want Tony shooting if anybody's shooting. So see, we got blood on the floor.
Well, it couldn't have worked out any better for Coach Kipnis over here.
You know, they got all kinds of new protocols for blood now. So we'll take a quick break because we're not sure how long this one will take, but you're tuned in to Mustang Madness here at Tanager Sports production of the Grind Session.
All right, so 11's at the line, 1-1, 4-point ball game. Coach Kipnis got a free timeout. It actually gave him 2 now. So let's see what he talked about, if he makes one, if he makes both, or if he misses the first one. Kentucky rims.
So that really probably doesn't change anything because your first instinct is get to the basket anyway.
You're still thinking rim.
And now you're thinking 3.
Yeah, I think you're still thinking rim. Oh, what an awful foul. Now, here's the thing. If he makes the first one and makes the second one, don't burn your timeout. Bring a sub to the scores table. Stops the clock, lets everything reset itself. Not necessarily stops the clock, but referee has to get the ball, let you sub, let you set up your press. Now, that's the job of an assistant coach. Let's see what's going on over here.
Not happening.
Right now, a sub would let you set up your press, and you save your timeout. It's irrelevant because he missed it. Got a foul. Got a foul.
He had a guy, too.
Now you've got to shoot a 3.
And they have a chance to make it a 7-point lead.
That's right.
So he just went to a 2. So they got Tony hiding in the corner over here.
Little token pressure. Got to be a 3. Don't foul.
And that's just one to make the game drag on. So, 3 seconds left, but game over.
Game over.
It's Iman at the line to add to his total. He's got 11. And now 12.
I think Aspire just wasn't able to get the game into their strengths for longer stretches of time where it was spread out, fast-paced, kind of chaotic. When it turned into a half-court execution, I think Aspire struggled a little bit. Buckets.
And that does it for game number 3 here as Bella Vista defeats Aspire Academy 67-59. So a good game. Up next, we're going to have a matchup between the home school, McCracken County, versus Christian County, and that'll be the final game of the night. So stay tuned for that one. We'll be back right before tip-off.